Hi Stampin' Friends, it's Chris Slogar from BuckeyeInklings.com, and today I want to show you how to make both of these slash pocket cards. Okay, so it's a little pocket card with your designer paper, but kind of like with that slash diagonal fold to it. That makes it interesting because then you see both sides of the paper there. So we'll start with this one, which I would call the portrait orientation, and then I'll also show you the dimensions and how to make that one. Okay, so for this one, we are starting with a piece of designer paper that measures 6 by 9, and I'm going to put it so that the outside of the pocket is up and score at 1/2 and 4 3/4. And then I'm going to turn it so that the bottom is over here, and I can score 1/2 inch along the bottom. All right, let me get my trimmer because we have to make a couple of cuts. Let me just show you what's happening here. We've got the bottom edge flap for the bottom of the pocket and a side edge. And then what we need to do is trim down 2 inches here because we don't want a tab showing on this side. So what I'm going to do is put this on my trimmer, and with the edge at 1/2 inch so that my score line is in the groove here, I'm going to cut from the top down to 2 inches down on the on that side edge. Okay, so we can cut that away, and that will be this edge of the card. And then we're also going to cut away the tab. We only need the tab on 1/2 of the bottom, so we're going to cut away the tab that would be along the bottom of the front of the card. Okay, so again, I'm putting this edge at 1/2 inch, and this is where that other 1/2 inch tab is. So we're cutting here from 0 to 4 1/4, which is the width of the front of the card. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is take my snips and trim. There's a score line here that we didn't burnish. Okay, so this is the front of the card. I'm going to trim up to that intersection at an angle, and I'm also going to trim so that the bottom tab and the side tab also have an angle to them. And then going to cut to make this a tab as well, which ends at the end of our 2 inch cut. Okay, so the side tab will be hidden, and that bottom tab, here, let me burnish these well. I'll just add adhesive and close up the pocket, and then you'll see how we make the fold. Okay, so now we want to create this fold, and I'm just going to take a ruler here, and I want to fold at an angle that ends right here where this 2 inch cut ended. All right, so I'm putting my ruler there and also matching it to the corner there, and I'm just pressing a fold along that location. Okay, so there we have a fold from the corner that goes down to 2 inches below the top corner, and I'm going to tack that down. Okay, now if you wanted for the inside, you could have a full rectangle to fill the entire pocket. I've made a shorter rectangle so that I could use this circle tab punch, and I also have 2 stitched scalloped rectangles from the Stitch So Sweetly dies ready to stamp. So let's do the stamping, and then we'll put those together. All right, so for my stack of birthday presents, I'm going to start at the bottom and do happy birthday very close to the bottom. And then I'm going to do one of the presents in terracotta tile. And I'm repeating this present, so I'm going to have to clean it to do it in Daffodil Delight next. And then I've got a rectangular one in Grapefruit Grove and a square one in Coastal Cabana. And just like that, I've built a stack of presents. And that's what I like. I'm using this Birthday Bonanza suite. It's very adaptable for, of course, the more juvenile look with the animals. But you could also do presents and balloons and basic birthday shapes like hats and things. And it looks really nice either way. It has some great greetings in it. And it is retiring. So, you know, get that sooner rather than later if you'd like it, because the stamps are guaranteed until late in May, but the dies could run out because those are bought in lots. Okay, so I'm just stamping a couple of bows on this stack of presents in Memento Black, and then I'm going to add a birthday hat over here, and a little pom-pom on the hat. This is just really fun construction with all of these stamps. This is all from that Birthday Bonanza set. So I like it when you can do it all from one set. Okay, and then Let's Celebrate You. That'll be on the inside. Okay, and then we're going to mat these pieces together. So I've got, not sure if I said the sizes of the Bermuda Bay is 4 by 4 3/4. And the Whisper White is 3 3/4 by 4 1/2. Okay, so I've got those matted together, and I'm going to mat my two stitched rectangles together. And then I will put this together with, let's see, dimensionals on the front here of this piece with the presents I'll have popped up. And then, like I said, I'm going to add that circle tab punch. That's such a great pool piece, and I'm kind of surprised it's such a basic that we're retiring it. I've tried to highlight a couple of my favorite things here that I'm going to miss, so you can get them while you still have a chance. But that punch is this shape, and you can just fold it over on itself, and I'm going to get it centered here. The little adhesive on the inside of the tab, and I will put that on my insert piece. Okay, and there we have the portrait version of this. And like I said, if you don't want to use that and you want to use a taller card, in a sense, that's what we're doing on the second one. We're filling the entire pocket with a card, and I just added a little finger grip hold here so that you could pull the card in and out that way. Okay, so let's make this one. The designer paper for this one starts as 4 3/4 by 11 1/2. And we need to do a similar thing here where we're scoring. I'm going to put the top will be the outside of my pocket, and just make sure in this case the lions are facing, you know, the right way. They should also be top to bottom as it lays on the scoring tool. And we're going to score at 1/2 and 6. And then we're going to turn it, and wherever the bottom is, we're going to score that at 1/2 as well. Okay, and very similar to what we did on the last one. Let me show you where those folds are. We are going to trim down on this vertical tab for 2 inches. Okay, so I'm going to put that on my scoring tool and put my edge at 1/2 inch so that the score line is in the track. And I'm cutting from the top down to 2 inches. Okay, and then we're going to cut away the tab section on what will be the front of the card. So I'm putting it this way. The small tab vertical is down at the bottom here. And we're cutting along that score line from 0 to 5.5. Okay. Okay, so this is exactly what we did. The orientation is just different from the other one. Okay, and I've cut away that tab for the bottom, cutting away a tab here and at the side. And then also up to the end point of that vertical cut to make a side tab. And we're going to close this one up. So a little bit of glue or fast fuse or whatever, tear and tape, whatever you like here. I would say something more like a 3D adhesive, since this might take a little stress with pushing the card in and out. Okay. Let me force that to match up a little better. There we go. Okay, so we want to make that pretty diagonal front flap. Same idea here. We know where our 2-inch line ends over here. We're going to put the ruler there and the other end of it up at the corner, and then force that diagonal fold. So instead of using the ruler and doing it this way, you can also just pre-score this line if you prefer. But this works pretty well. So I like this method. Again, we're taping down that tab piece. And this time, okay, so we've got the full piece on the inside. The terracotta tile measures 4 by 5 1/4, and the Whisper White measures 3 3/4 by 5. This time we're going to have like a little finger hole up here. I'm just using my 1-inch circle punch, and I'm finding the middle here and making that little, you know, pool hole. Just that little finger space. Okay, and then on the inside, I'm stamping again the hat and the pom-pom and Let's Celebrate You. All right, and I will mat those together. And then the inside is done of this one. Okay. And then on this front piece, I've got balloon strings. And I've already pre-made my koala with that set, so you don't have to watch all of those steps. Let's see. Kind of that like that, I guess. And then I'm going to have a happy birthday on this one as well, just way off to the side here, so there's room for my koala. And I'll pop my koala up. And then I'm going to pop up this whole piece as well with dimensionals. All right, and put that in place. Now the stamp set has balloons that you can stamp and die cut, but I am happy to use my 3/4 inch circle punch and make 3 quick balloons out of colored cardstock. I've got Daffodil Delight, Terracotta Tile, and Coastal Cabana. I've also got a present pre-made from that stamp set. So I'm gonna pop that up. And the balloons, I'll just take some little edges here. I don't really need, I'm gonna put them around that corner so it helps to have that little corner piece. One of them could be on a full dimensional. Okay, so we've got, let me slip that under his hat here. We got a balloon here, a balloon here, and a balloon there. Okay, so there's our two versions. We've got the landscape version and the portrait version. But what a cute little slash pocket that shows off both sides of the designer paper. I hope you'll try that. It's going to be super cute in all of our papers because we have such great coordinating two-sided papers. Okay, thanks. If you can help me, I am offering free rhinestones in May. If you're watching this in May of 2020 with a $35 order, just use this host code JZJSR3X6. And I need your help in my online store so that I can continue to bring you these ideas this way. That's my favorite thing to do, to design new projects. So I'd love to keep doing that and appreciate any help you can give me in the store. Thanks so much.